My wife and I spent 3 weeks in Japan, and it honestly felt like a dream come true. The people, food, accommodations, and culture were amazing, and we can't wait to go back one day. Until then, we'll just have to rewatch this vlog that highlights some of the memories we made each day as we traveled from Osaka to Kyoto to the quiet mountain town of Koyasan, and finally to Tokyo. This is the second vlog we've ever done, and I didn't create it for an algorithm. It's for Grace and I, but you're more than welcome to stick around. So we're in Japan. I'm exhausted. I don't know about you.
I'm so tired.
So the night before we flew out here, I got 2 hours of sleep because I was too excited. I really wanted to go. The flights itself were largely uneventful and just kind of gamed. The only thing that was like eventful about it is in our layover to SFO, we had a sandwich that combined was $37, and it was definitely not worth $37. We arrived, and first of all, point one for Japan. Their bathrooms, they have...
Oh my God.
Their sinks, they have the water and the soap and the hand dryer all built into one.
How American are we that we were so excited about the bathrooms at airports?
So we rode the train to get to the hotel, and it was amazing how quiet it was. Like, everybody on the train was just super silent. Every time the doors would open, there weren't sirens, there weren't loud mufflers and peeling out, etc., which is like odd when you don't hear all that kind of stuff. So we got the hotel. The hotel gave us an upgrade. All right, so we're gonna do a tour of this place. We got an upgrade that we weren't expecting, which not complaining about it all, but nice little place that we're gonna be staying in for a few days. Nice size room, and we got a wifey, and we're gonna have a really cool view of not only the city, but also we got a castle that we can't see because of that light. We've got a castle. As long as we have no lights on. Definitely the view is like the coolest part, and the fact that if you like sit at an angle, you can see the castle, which is super cool. Most of the restaurants in the area were closed, so we ended up going to a Lawson. We got a egg sandwich, onigiri, pizza flavored chips because we wanted something wacky, and some cream puffs.
And what are those things on the stick?
The things on the stick, don't know the name of that. Compared to our $37 sandwiches, it was like $11 and like some change. The first time I was able to actually speak Japanese to somebody was asking where the restroom was at. So like, sumimasen, otearai wa doko desu ka? The lady was able to understand me, so yay.
But then you said thank you in English.
And I did reply thank you in English. I'm learning. Okay, so after the gym this morning, we went to this little bakery that's just like southeast of the castle, and it had like a lot of really interesting different baked goods. There was like a matcha croissant.
I like a sweet potato, like steamed bun.
To get to the bakery, we walked through the park, and it was beautiful.
It was all colorful. The fall leaves are all changing. A lot of people had their dogs, which I like very much.
So after breakfast, we went on an adventure to Minoh Falls, which was absolutely beautiful. To get to there, we had to take a couple of train rides. Didn't realize that there was the same platform for different rail lines. So like platform number 5 was a completely different platform number 5 than if you're on a different line. And so I was like talking to this guy in Japanese to try and like figure out, is this the right train? No.
He's like, no.
It wasn't. So thankfully we realized it.
And he was very nice.
So when we get to Minoh, it was hard to describe just how beautiful it was. It was actually a decent walk up there, but along the way we're like, oh, let's go check out this observation. The observation platform to get up to it was quite the hike. Like, the steps were huge.
And I was wearing this really cute skirt, and I had to like pull it, like hike it up to like get up the steps.
It was a cool view of the city.
Yeah, it was very cool.
And then go back down, it was steep.
Yeah.
And then as you get up further, there's like a bunch of places that you can eat, and there's like a lot of the older Japanese style architecture. We're at like the perfect time where like the leaves are starting to change colors, so like some of the trees had a really cool blend of like green, yellow, orangish, and red, like all in one, fading from one to the next.
I like that there were a few trees that everyone liked, and so everyone would just stop and take pictures. The waterfall itself was really cool too. It was worth it.
Yeah, it was very busy though. Lots of people there. Afterwards, we went back
to the Osaka Castle Park, which has a bunch of food places in it, and we went and got takoyaki.
Yeah, that was good. It was hot.
Really hot.
Not the spicy hot.
No, like burned my mouth hot.
After that, we went to Osaka Castle, and that was like deceptive just how large it was. Like at a distance from our room, it doesn't look like it's that big, but when you get there, some of the stone feels like it's like a quarter the size of this room.
It was massive. It was really cool.
Yeah, inside it had like a museum. You couldn't take photos or pictures, but on the top floor, you had like this amazing view of the city.
And we got up right around sunset, and so that was cool. Everything was kind of pink.
After the castle, we went and got dessert. It was these like really good like crepes.
First we had to fight our way through all the marching bands.
There's a bunch of random marching bands.
The crepes were really good though. Hit the spot. And then we came back to the hotel and put our feet up and watched F1.
We got just under 28,000 steps and climbed, what was it, like 115 flights?
Something like that. I think that's it.
Oyasumi.
Oyasumi. Show me your stylish jacket.
Ezio Auditore.
Nice dance. Ooh, it keeps going.
So technically this is day 3, but we're recording for yesterday. We had a really good buffet style breakfast.
Really good.
One half was like a Western style, and then on the other side it was like full Japanese breakfast, and it was really tasty.
I mean, all the meals we've had have been good, but it was really good.
So we went to Nara yesterday, and it's a really huge, like, well, one is the city, but there's a really big park there. And when we got there, we went to this small little sweets shop that was like, I don't know, 15-minute walk into the park. And you had to like kind of go way back tucked in there. And they could have maybe like 5 or 6 tables worth of customers.
Yeah, it was tiny.
And most of that was like outdoor seating, but it was such good ice cream.
It was really good.
And then it's like right next to this like temple that had just amazing views of Nara City.
I liked when we were hiking up to it, the deer crossed the crosswalk with us. And that was cute. I mean, they're still wild animals, but they're very nice.
Yeah, everywhere in the park, it's known for having deer. But it's also known for this temple that is, I think, like either was the largest or is the second largest like wooden structure in the world. And like seeing pictures of it, it was like always like, oh, that's cool. But then like when you're actually there and you're standing underneath it and you actually see the scale of not only the structure, but like the giant Buddha statue inside, it's just absurd.
It was like one of those moments that just makes me like in awe of humanity being able to make cool things. It was very neat. It was a cool experience. And then I really wanted to feed the deer. And so I went and fed some deer, and they're so cute. They know to bow for you to get the crackers. It's like hump and they bow if they're hungry. And then you give them crackers.
And that was like another moment where knowing a little bit of Japanese paid off. They were basically sold out of like the deer cookies for like everywhere. But there was a guy who had like a bunch of them. And so I was like, went up and asked in Japanese, like, hey, where'd you go to get that? Like, which shop actually has some? While conversing in Japanese, just realized, oh, well, the place that you went is actually sold out now. But he was like really nice and actually gave us some of the cookies. And I was like, here, I'll pay you for it. But he was just like, no, go for it.
It was very nice. It was very friendly. I'm all out. No, that's paper.
So we left Nara and went to Dotonbori, I think is how it's pronounced. It was like this really busy like shopping area that had just a bunch of stores where you could buy stuff, but also just like little eateries. What was the name of the thing we ate?
Okonomiyaki.
Something like that. So we like searched on Google Maps to like try and find some spots, and like this little place came up, and it had like a total of 5 tables inside of it where you could like heat up the food on your table, and it was so good.
It was very good.
And it was another moment where like knowing some Japanese paid off, because like there was a cover charge for drinking to get in. Like every guest had to order like a drink, but it was like, oh, well, we don't drink alcohol. So being able to like, hey, do you have soda or like something? So we tried this like cream soda or something.
Some kind of fermented milk soda.
I don't know, whatever it was great.
It was good.
And then after that, we just kind of walked around for a little bit and then came back.
And we got a capsule toy.
One of our drum kits is Pearl, so...
I was like, we need to get that.
We got a hi-hat! Success, adding to the collection. I am strongly questioning his technique, but you do you. So yesterday's breakfast was like from bakery in a random train station. We did that because we were gonna go straight to Universal Studios Japan. We chose that day because it was gonna be a rainy day, and we assumed there was not gonna be a lot of people, but
We were wrong.
there were a lot of people. Just to get into the entrance, it took over an hour.
And we got there like right at opening too.
But once we got in, we went straight to the Hogwarts area, and it was really cool. It reminded me a lot of the video game Hogwarts Legacy.
Have you even watched the movies?
Yes, a long time ago.
We went and ate in the Three Broomsticks, I think. Had some fish and chips, traditional Japanese fish and chips.
The decor inside was really cool. It was a neat experience. We had a fast pass, which I highly recommend. The longest was like 10-minute wait, and that was for like a 100-minute line. So it saved a ton of time doing that.
We did the Minion ride. It made us motion sick.
Yeah.
And we did the last flying dragon, flying dinosaur.
Flying dinosaur.
Flying dinosaur.
That was probably one of the neatest roller coasters I've been on. It puts you horizontal, kind of like the Superman at Six Flags, but there's points where it like corkscrews and it flips you onto your back horizontal. So it was really interesting.
Really cool.
We did Hollywood the ride. That one was fun, but the music was so loud. I had to like put my head forward because like there was like a speaker right in your ear. And we got some hot chocolate. Oishii desu ka?
はい、美味しいです。
日本人ですか?
はい、日本人です。And they went on Jaws.
So when we went on Jaws, it was like really cool decor going into it, which was like neat. There was this kid who for the entire 50 minutes was basically screaming, kawaii, kawaii, which means like scary, not kawaii, which means like cute. I'm assuming his like mom or aunt or whatever was just like, no, it's not scary at all. Kawaii janai desu. We were on the ride like the entire time. It was kind of like the Jungle Cruise where the captain of the boat was like using a shotgun to like fend off the shark attacks, and like the shark is just like trying to maul the boat the entire time. So I can't imagine what that kid was like on the actual ride.
Yeah, I think he was probably really upset.
We watched the Waterworld show and it was really cool, but
I understood all of it.
yeah, a gap in Duolingo, some of the lessons is they don't really have like post-apocalyptic pirates talking, so that's like a content gap that is missing. So if anyone from Duolingo is watching, you could add some courses on that. That might help me to better understand that show.
Yeah, that would be appreciated. I'll write them a letter.
But it was a cool show. Lots of explosions, and yeah, it was fun. And the crowd got like really into it throughout it. It was really neat to see.
It was fun. Then we got to go to Super Mario World. Wait, Super Nintendo World.
Super Nintendo World was super cool. The first ride that we went on was like the Mario one, and they gave you these like visors that were Mario's hat. Shows you like coins and like other drivers, and you can shoot shells at them, and it was super neat. And it like it tallies up the points that you get because it's supposed to be like Mario Kart, like racing. And then after that, we went on Yoshi's ride, and that was cute. There's a person in the line behind us who had like this like Yoshi's hat, or it was like his head, and you can like squeeze, and it would like stick out as like little tongue.
It was cute. And then we just kind of walked around a little bit, and then it was cold and rainy, so we went and got ramen.
Ramen was very good.
And then we went home. Home? We did not go home.
This is our home now.
This is, that's fine with me.
I would not complain. Today we went to the aquarium in Osaka, and that was really cool. There's so many neat little things to see, like so many cool fish and dolphins and otters and penguins. And
I've never been to an aquarium that cool.
they had a giant like shark tank filled with like different manta rays and different kinds of sharks. Like there was a sand shark, there were multiple hammerhead sharks, 2 whale sharks. It was very cool. Lots of neat things to see, and like it was like 3 stories tall, I think, so you could like look at it from different angles, and like at the bottom there were like different fish, like shark rays, etc., that were kind of like cuddling with each other. It was kind of cute.
And the whale sharks had like schools of fish that would follow them around. It was very cool.
Yeah, it was a really neat aquarium.
It was really incredible. And then there was a really cool jellyfish room. It had like these very, very pretty jellyfish tanks that were like lit up, and the jellyfish, and like the mood lighting in the room, and like the jellyfish. It was very cool. I liked that part. There were some big ugly fish. Liked them too. Like the big ugly fish.
He looks like the bullet from Mario.
Oh, the seals. Sea lions and seals. And the seals kept swimming upside down. That was really funny. You're zooming around upside down, just hanging out.
Why not?
Why not? You're a seal and do it. Maybe it wasn't a seal. It was a sea lion.
Seal lion.
Seal lion. Oh, before that we went and got coffee.
Yeah, and the coffee place was neat. Like the person who was there spoke like really good English, so I was getting some tips on how to get better at Japanese.
She was so nice. Every Japanese person we've encountered has been just so kind. Well, there was one that wasn't kind. When we were at Nara, that was one that was having a bad day.
Everybody else has been nice.
Everyone else has been so friendly and so kind.
So after the aquarium, we were like, okay, let's go get just like a little snack.
I think they're called cheese tarts.
Cheese tarts or something. Got like 6 different cheese tarts. Like there was like a lemon, chocolate,
Pistachio,
matcha, orange, and then like a berry one. Every single one of them is just absolutely amazing.
So
like probably one of the best desserts I've ever had. And it's just this little like small shop just like on the side of just like a random off-road.
And then we went to a stationery shop that was cool. It had a lot of stuff at it.
But it didn't have what Grace was looking for. So thanks to Google, it was like, okay, well, there's this like 30-minute away walk to get to like this like little store. And it was so cute. So
you're underselling it though. Jared was like, hey, we're going to take a walk. And I found us a store we're going to go to. And I, knowing that Jared is a kind and loving person, just trusted the process and didn't ask any questions.
It was totally worth it. It was super cool. So I asked the person in the store if it was okay to film, and like just everything was like super cute. It looked like handmade, and Grace was able to get like a custom notebook that's got a bunch of dogs on it, and yeah, it's like super cute.
And this little book that has snakes on it. Just the dumbest looking snakes, and I love them. It was so cute though. And I got a sticker of Osaka Castle, and then the woman gave us 2 little free stickers. But again, she was just so nice. It was the cutest too. Good find.
And on that like path that we took to get to there, it started to rain, so we were able to get the clear umbrella, which was kind of like a dream. As weird as that sounds, as like people who live in a desert, like being able to walk in rain with a clear umbrella is like, I don't know, it's just like a check that off the life bucket list.
Well, I've always seen clear umbrellas in anime and in manga and stuff, and so I was just all like, that's so Japanese to walk around with a clear umbrella. It was like, I wanted a clear umbrella, so I got one from 7-Eleven.
Success. And then to get back to the hotel, we took like a circuitous path where we were just like, let's just walk through a different part of like the castle grounds that we hadn't been to, and it was just absolutely beautiful. Just every like where we were going, it's just like, okay, well, let's take a video of this, let's take a video of that.
So nice. The colors are so cool. Some of the trees are like this really pretty golden color right now, and then others are like really rich red, really bright. Like there's just this whole spectrum happening right now in Osaka. It's just beautiful.
So after that, we went and walked to get some sushi on a conveyor belt. I've had conveyor belt sushi before in the States, but it's just like it's a whole nother level. Right now, the music in this sushi conveyor belt is playing Pomp and Circumstance, you know, like the graduation music. I have no idea why. Good times.
It's good. We tried some weird desserts.
Yeah, we tried to order like every kind of dessert that we've never had before, other than pineapple. We've had that before.
We've had pineapple before.
But all the other ones, like, you're just like, I have no idea what this is gonna taste like.
Like sesame stuff and candied sweet potato and this mochi thing that was powdery.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I liked it. It was good. We lost the conveyor belt game.
Yeah, every 5 plates that you turn in, you get to like play a game to see if you win, and we lost all 3 times, so
And then we went and walked around a bookshop, looked at all the manga. That was fun. Now we're back in the hotel.
Yeah, and tomorrow we're going to Kyoto.
Yeah, it's our last night in Osaka.
They're playing Pomp and Circumstance for the 3rd time now while we've been here. They really like this song. Must be popular.
It's either that or spa music.
Yeah, it's either Pomp and Circumstance or spa music. It's very eclectic. I appreciate it. I can see where they got the inspiration for Silent Hill. This morning, when we woke up in Osaka, we went to this like little cafe, and it had these like amazing egg sandwiches and some good coffee, and
it was delicious. Those sandwiches were dreamy, and the decor was so fun.
Highly recommend it.
And we got to walk through this kind of like residential area of Osaka to get there, so that was kind of cool to see a different side of Osaka.
Yeah, and then we took a couple of transfers to get to Kyoto, but it was like super easy, just using Google Maps. All right, so we just got to our Kyoto room. It doesn't have as good bit of a view, but it's a super cool room. It's got alien artwork, so that's cool. I'm down. And then over here, it's got a nice, cute bathroom and a water dispenser. I will definitely put that to use. I drink like a fish. When we got here, we went and got like a little snack. It was like good little baked goods. And then we did laundry, and that was a success, so yay. After that, we went to Nishiki Market. So we walked around there for a bit and then had some tempura, and it was very good.
Yeah, and then we just kind of wandered back through some Kyoto back streets to get back to our hotel, found a cool, I think they called it a shopping arcade, a shopping street that we got to walk through. That was really cool. And now we're back at the hotel.
So the laundry still was just like a little damp for like the jeans and stuff. So Grace was saying that our room kind of looks like American Eagle now. This morning we woke up, had some continental breakfast, and then went to Gion.
Yeah, it was everything I ever dreamed of. It was so nice. It was, I think, better than I expected because I kept hearing from everyone that it was really crowded, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, we went on a Friday for context, so maybe it's worse on the weekend when people have time off of work. It's so pretty. We had initially like booked this trip several months ago because we were trying to like aim for like the fall colors. Mm-hmm. And apparently we got in a little early for that, but it was like really cool because you see like the full spread from like green, yellow, orange, red, rather than just like all one color.
I like the colors a lot. I think we hit it at a really good time. And just the colors with the shrines and temples is just so cool. I mean, I hear people talk about Japan and Sakura season all the time. I don't hear people talk about it in the fall as much, and it's so cool.
Yeah, we had like this like path that we kind of planned in advance.
You planned.
With like some different temples and just like old streets, and we found some surprise ones along the way that were just like absolutely gorgeous. And a lot of it you could take photo or video of, but some of it was like, some actually my favorite parts like were like sacred shrines that are like active shrines that they're like, no, don't take any photo or video of this, but it was really cool.
Yeah, and to me, like the diversity in the shrines too, like there were some that were super old school traditional, like big wooden structures, and then we found one that was like had these colorful like silk little balls that was like all rainbow and like really cute, and that was just off a side street randomly. I don't think we planned to go to it, we just kind of found it. There was one with a cool Zen rock garden that was really nice. One of the shrines we didn't actually plan to go to, we were like, nah, we'll skip that one, it's a big touristy one, and I loved it.
Yeah, it actually wasn't as bad, as crowded as I thought it would be.
I got to use the stationery that Jared found for me in Osaka to start collecting the stamps in. So that was very cool. That was exciting for me to start that souvenir.
Yeah, and then one of the temples, it had like a little pond in it and just like a lot of really beautiful buildings. It also had like a little mini bamboo forest. It was really cool. It was beautiful.
Yeah, again, it wasn't even that crowded. Wasn't bad. The famous streets were worth it. Those were super cool. I forget the names of the streets, but the ones you see in all the pictures of Kyoto, those were really neat. And then in one we found a little Studio Ghibli shop, and I'm a huge fan.
After we just kind of like walked through the streets of Gion, there's this like udon shop that was like on the third floor above this like jewelry store. And we're just like, oh, let's try this one. It looks good. And it was really good.
We looked over and there was like a legit monk eating soba noodles like 3 tables down from us, just chilling. I was like, how cool is this? We saw a monk. And Jared was like, we're literally staying in a Buddhist temple in like a week.
Yeah, stay tuned. And then at the end of the day, we went to this gelato place and we tried 4 different gelato flavors that seemed interesting. Like there's a Japanese chestnut one, there's this like spearmint Belgian chocolate one, it was a Hokkaido cream cheese, and then cherry. Yeah, and they were all really good.
Really good. Now I think we're gonna read manga and go to sleep, and then tomorrow we'll just figure it out.
Something in Kyoto.
In Kyoto.
Maybe.
In
Japan.
Maybe we'll leave. Do you have plans I don't know about?
Yeah, we're going to Niigata.
Oh, sure. Okay, fine. I trust you. Take me wherever.
Oyasumi.
Oyasumi.
We started off the day, did a quick little workout and ate breakfast at the hotel, and then went to this castle for Shogun, and it was really cool architecture and really cool grounds. It's just a little cafe over there.
like had the double moat and was just absolutely fascinating. On the inside of the building, there was like a lot of like history of it, but we couldn't take any photos or videos of the inside, only the outside of it. But it was really cool.
It was very cool. While you were walking on the inside of the building made this squeaking sound. They said it was just a side effect of the nails in the building, but it was kind of fun. We were joking there were mice living under the palace.
A whole city of them.
And then we kind of wandered through some Kyoto back streets, and Jared found us a really, really good patisserie with some really high quality pastries.
Yeah, they were delicious. And we took them and ate them in the park. It's the one that's got the Imperial Palace in it. Beautiful view, like lots of trees everywhere, and they're just like some absolutely gorgeous like red and yellow trees. Some like cool just like ponds with a little bridge that you could go over. And then in the center of the park was the Imperial Palace, the Kyoto Imperial Palace. We didn't go inside, but touring the outside grounds, it was interesting just like how large everything was. But then it had this just absolutely beautiful interior garden with just like a pond and waterfall and bridges, and it was really cool.
Yeah, I could just sit there for hours. It was really beautiful. And I felt like I got to learn a lot about Japan's history today. That was really fun to be able to do that and just kind of understand a little bit more about what we were seeing. I guess we're nerds like that. We like to learn things.
Yeah, and then after that, we went to this like restaurant that was like on the second floor of like a chocolate store, and we got 2 different pizzas. One of them was a Korean kimchi pizza, and the other one was like a Japanese mushroom pizza. It looked very goth. They were both like really interesting flavors, but they were both very good.
And then we kind of wandered through that little shopping district, and now we're back at the hotel.
It was a cool day, just kind of like exploring like the residential areas and seeing all of the modern mixed in with the traditional houses, and then spending the day like walking through the trees and whatnot. It was beautiful.
Yeah, we did a lot of walking through some of the Kyoto like residential neighborhoods just to get to and from places, and that was so cool. I've always loved the little houses, so it was so cool to see them in person.
The castle is like just northeast of where we're at, and then just northeast of that is where the like Imperial Palace is, and like still got in 24,200 steps with it. Like, so I didn't realize we were walking that much, but they were much larger than they kind of like looked on Google Maps. Oyasumi.
Oyasumi.
And she's out.
Third floor.
So today was dress up day.
Yeah.
Woke up, went to the gym, and then had some breakfast. And then we went to, it was like the Samurai and Ninja Museum experience.
Right.
You dress up like a samurai, and then you learned like different sword moves, and then you learned the kata.
Ich, nip, thumb, shape.
It was really cool. It was fun swinging the sword.
It was very fun. It was really cool. I was trying to imagine I was in my favorite anime.
Right.
The second part of that was the ninja experience. You got to take pictures with some of the different weapons that they had. Then there was like a shuriken throwing competition.
2 of us were the finalists in the shuriken competition, and that was really fun. Jared won by a mile.
Jay's the champion.
It was funny when we did like the first blowgun thing, everybody went, and like the one that I was given had like one stuck in it. So they gave me a new one, so it was like the only person that it was going. It was like, uh-oh, but I got a bullseye first shot. And then after that, we went and we walked to the actual museum, which was like in a separate building not too far away. They had like a guided tour. It went through like the different periods in Japan. And it was really cool, just like seeing the different kinds of armor. And Grace was like looking at the different types of chainmail weaves and stuff that they use, because she's like an expert at that now.
I was really fascinated by it, to see all the old chainmail, because the Japanese did their chainmail different than the Europeans did it. So I was looking at the different weaves. There was a European weave on there, and I want to know why they knew a European weave and the rest of them were doing Japanese weaves.
It was super cool. It was neat learning about it. It was very touristy and whatnot, but we signed up for that.
This was our touristiest day. Touristiest day.
It's the proper term. The tea ceremony was cool. So you gotta dress up in like traditional kimono, and then we made like a Japanese confectionery, and we weren't able to take like video of that portion of it. They said that pictures were okay, but video was not until like we started the matcha portion. But the little confectionery that we made was pretty cool.
So enjoy this slideshow.
Yeah, we'll use some like iMovie transitions or something. I'll make it look super professional.
Explosions. Whee! Lasers.
After making the little confectionery, before we could eat it, we like learned about the tea ceremony and watched somebody like go through like the steps for it. And then we made our own matcha, and so for that we could actually record it. So we made all the bubbles, and then we were able to eat our little confectionery and drink our matcha. Tea was very good.
It was really good.
Good ceremony.
Yeah, very informative. The woman who was running it was really nice and friendly and had lots of cool information to share. It was really neat.
And we look really cool. Fancy. And then after that, we just walked to a place that was like a minute away, that just a restaurant at the bottom of the hotel, and it was really good.
Yeah, it was good.
Good food, good service. We finally tried the little like chocolate and the custard fish.
Which was on my Japan bucket list, was to eat a little fish. And we did it.
Yeah, so tomorrow we'll go to, what is it, Biovortex?
Yeah, the new Kyoto teamLab. So we got tickets for it for tomorrow.
Maybe skip this section if you're not into lights.
Or if you're really into lights, definitely keep watching.
Yeah, you're really gonna like this next part.
You're gonna love this part.
So we went to teamLab's Biovortex, and it was like quite the sensory experience. It was really cool.
It was cool.
The first location that you like walk into is like stepping into like a Van Gogh painting that's like alive, like floor to ceiling, what, maybe 3 stories tall, just like painting that is constantly changing and like breathing. It was really beautiful.
It even smelled like flowers, which might have just been someone's perfume, but it smelled nice.
It matched appropriately. It was kind of like a semi-open world experience where you could just like walk to different things and experience different exhibits or experiences. I don't know what they would technically be called. We walked into one where it was just like crystals all above you and then like mirrored floor and ceiling. It was kind of disorienting in a good way, a lot of the exhibits.
Very disorienting.
The projections were everywhere around you. It was above you, below you, on all sides. It was completely engrossing, and so it felt like you were like flying through space at some points, or through a brain, or all kinds of unique things.
It was very cool. And then there was one that I liked that was just like a big room, and it slowly had flowers grow and they would die, and there was like this music going along with it. We just like sat there for a few minutes and watched these big flowers grow and then like wither away. It was very cool.
And there's this other room where it was like you were walking in clouds / bubble bath, and you could like completely disappear inside of it. It was fun. Like you just get covered with these clouds, and they had to like use like a leaf blower basically to like get it off of you at the end of it.
Yeah, there was a woman with a little leaf blower.
There's another one that was honestly a little bit overwhelming at one point, where it was a bunch of balls, and it was like really dark, but the balls had like light that would like shine on them, and like they would like fly in the air and like got completely buried within them at some point. Like I'm 5'11", and it was like above my head, and like I couldn't even see Grace at one point because it was just like just covered in balls everywhere.
Yeah, I got like claustrophobic. I had to remind myself like, you can breathe, there's room around you, because I was just buried in these big colorful balls. There were 2 different rooms that like were projecting all around you, and those ones both made me a little like, whoo, what are they doing? But they were very cool. Especially one, it was like something about birds. It's really intense music with like gongs and drums, and it's like this whole projection all around you. It was crazy.
So we went up a floor, and there was this like area that kept changing. It was almost like it had different seasons. So at one point it'd be like ice-like, and then at another point red flowers or blue or all sorts of different colors. And there's these like little offshoot exhibits that you could go into. Like one of them where you were like walking on water that was kind of like vibrating, and it almost looked like it was like ice, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
cool.
you walk back out in the room that you're just in, and it's a completely different color. Then there's like other like areas that was like a big crystal area that you could stand in, and
It would rain sometimes. That was really cool to see the rain come down. And I liked the moss. Like, it was cool that it was like partially living and partially sculpture. One of them was just a red light you walked towards.
yeah. And then when you get to it,
That
you're
was
just
it.
like, oh, maybe it's just an emergency exit. I don't know.
Yeah, and then it was just a light. But the one that was like a little sun was cool.
Yeah, it was like a 3D sunlight thing. It's kind of hard to explain. So there's another area where you could like draw little creatures, and then they would scan it. Grace had a little snake, and then I had a little frog that just would like slither around or hop around on the floor. It was almost like a jungle gym kind of thing, but there's like
Yeah.
everybody's drawings on there, but like you could like smash other people's like frogs or whatever.
Sad.
Yeah, so I guess impermanence, Buddhism, and all that. It was like fun trying to like find our little creations inside of it.
It was super cool. It was cute. There was an aquarium version too, where we made little sea creatures. I made a little mean jellyfish. Jen made a little turtle.
Yeah, somebody made like a Pikachu fish.
That was cute.
Yeah, somebody made like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got a video of it, but somebody like instead of drawing like a shark, they just drew a horse. Instead. But yeah, there was a ton of little creatures that would just swim around the room after you draw them and they scanned it.
There was some more interactive stuff in that one too. There was a trampoline thing that they wouldn't let us film. Oh, we got to film before, but we couldn't film when we were jumping on it.
Mushroom one that you could go on.
That one was fun.
But you were like supposed to follow a color path and then go across it.
There was another one with like floating balls, gigantic floating balls.
Yeah, and they had like one that where you're just like surrounded by light bulbs that change colors.
That
And
one was cool.
yeah, we thought we timed it perfectly because I really wanted to get the red, and it was like red right before we got in, and then it, like as soon as they opened the door, it was like and change color.
It was very sad.
No, it was a very unique experience. I definitely recommend it. Afterwards, kind of a weird dinner choice, but we're like, well, what does a supermarket look like in Japan? So we went to it was a pretty good sized supermarket. I didn't film inside of it, but just kind of curious, like what does the food look like in terms of what kind of options there were. And I'd say at least 90, maybe even 95% of it was like, I have no idea what that is.
No idea.
Like, not just because I couldn't read the packages because of my kanji abilities being limited, but like the open packages where it's like clear see-through, it was like, I have no idea what that is.
Very different.
So we got some sushi, and it was really good sushi for like a grocery store. I was like, wow, like, this is better than some restaurants I've had in Arizona. So today we went to Arashiyama. It was honestly not as busy as I thought it would be.
No, the internet's like, Arashiyama is so crowded. It was not bad at all.
Maybe it's because we went on a weekday. Like, compared to Minoh Falls, it was, I don't know, like a quarter of as busy as Minoh Falls was.
Yeah.
That was way busier. We went to the little viewpoint where there's a bunch of monkeys that you can feed. Getting up there, it was just like a really cool little walk. And then when you get to the top, there's just a ton of monkeys running around everywhere. And you have this like gorgeous view of the city.
It was very fun. It was really cool. There were big monkeys. There were little baby monkeys. I got to feed the monkeys. It was great. I was so happy. There was a stamp up there. I got a stamp from my stamp collection. It was so much fun. It was a hike up to get up there. Totally worth it. Super fun. Pretty colors too.
Yeah.
The fall colors.
There was this person taking a photo of who looked like maybe their grandma or something. And I spoke to them in Japanese because they look Japanese. And I'm like, oh, would you like me to take a photo? In English, they're like, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm like, oh. I assumed incorrectly, apparently. When we went back into town after like visiting the monkeys, we went and got some matcha ice cream and a drink. It was really good. So then after that, we went to the place where most people probably think of Arashiyama is like the bamboo forest. It was a really cool view. Like, it was nice. After that, we went to 3 or 4 different shrines, just kind of in a row along the way. And a lot of them were very mossy and had like beautiful red colors and a lot of really interesting markers for like the different graves and like a bunch of monks covered in moss. Like, it was really cool.
It was really cool. I think that the shrines were way cooler than the bamboo forest. And the bamboo forest is like the most hyped part of Arashiyama that I see people talk about. But the shrines were just exceptional. These temples were so cool. There was a lot of cool information about like how they've used as burial grounds and just the different like Buddhist burial traditions and that kind of stuff I was really interested in. A lot of that we couldn't take photos and videos of, obviously, because they're sites of mourning, but it was really, really cool. I think my favorite one was the last one. It had like all these like Buddhas, and all the Buddhas were covered in moss. Were they supposed to be Buddhas?
I don't know if they're Buddhas or monks, or I'm not sure.
They were cool though.
It was really neat. The majority of it you could take photo or video of, but there was some shrines in particular and some cemetery spots where you weren't supposed to do that, but it was totally worth it. And the shrines are a little bit further of a walk, but like you can go to some of them like right off of the bamboo forest, like they're really close.
Super close and totally worth it too.
There are like options for buses to get to like the last one that we went to that had a bunch of moss covered like statues.
And then we kind of wandered back through some back streets, just kind of admiring the quiet. And
The architecture is just so eclectic.
yeah, we've been really into the architecture, wandering around, just taking our time, you know, because we're not on a schedule or anything. We're just kind of wandering and taking our time and admiring things. And at the tea ceremony 2 days ago, they talked about wabi-sabi, like the beauty and like imperfection and in small moments and stuff. And I was thinking about that a lot today.
Then we went back to this izakaya. It was genuinely the best food I've had, like
It was so good.
the last 11 or so days that we've been here. They had like a cream cheese tempura that I ordered like a second helping of because I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to have that again. But
It was so good.
yeah, the sashimi and rice was great as well, but the cream cheese tempura was, I don't know, it was something else.
And then I had tempura and rice and a miso soup that was the best miso soup that I ever had. And the people were so nice. The people working there were so kind and so sweet. They loved Jared's Japanese. They asked if Jared was Japanese.
Hi, Nihonjin desu.
Matcha boots. We got
Matcha boots. We got matcha boots. They're matcha boots.
It's the official song.
So we went to Inari Shrine, which is like the very famous torii gates. There's how many? 1,000? 10,000?
I think 1,000.
At least 7.
More than 7.
You get off the train, it's like literally across the street from it. And it was pretty packed. Like when you first get there, there were quite a few influencer type people who were clearly annoyed that people were, you know, in their shots because it was pretty busy at the bottom. But as you like work your way up, you're just like kind of winding through all these torii gates, and there's like shrines like dotting along the path. And probably a third of the way up just kind of like opens up, and then you can to your right just see just the cityscape and whatnot. It was really neat. And little shops along the way, like so you could get like t-shirts or matcha or whatever. When you like finally get probably about halfway up, it just opens up and there was like barely anybody up there because it was actually a decent hike to get up to the top. I think I climbed like 80 some odd floors. When you get to the top, like there's a couple of shrines up there, like some larger ones that you can pray at, and then they have just more torii gates everywhere. It was really cool.
It felt very unique. I've heard some people say that when they go to Kyoto, they are like, well, once you've seen one shrine, you've seen them all, and I don't feel that way at all. I feel like all the shrines that we've seen have been really unique, and this one especially was really cool, and just all the different little shrines along the way, and they all had, not all of them, but most of them had the little carved foxes, and they were so cute. They were really cool.
Yeah, it was neat. It was a good little hike going up, and then not too bad going down.
No, and it definitely thinned out.
Yeah.
On the top. It was cool when you're going up the torii gates, they just are the orangish reddish color, but then coming back, you can see the writing on them. There's probably some kind of significance to that that's lost on us because we're not Japanese Buddhists.
Speak for yourself.
And then we got to the bottom where like the main like temple is and stuff at the bottom. And we got some street food, some cheesy bread, crab stick, yakisoba.
Yeah. It was good. We got the kitsune cake. It was like really good. It was really cute and super cheap.
Jared ate theirs face first, just right into the face.
You wanted the suffering to last?
No, I wanted to see his face for longer. I did the respectful thing.
Yeah, make it suffer longer. And then at night we went to a little Japanese curry place that's like a 2-minute walk from the hotel. And that was really good.
Yeah, it was a cool vibe. Really good curry.
Yeah, but leave in your hair.
I leave my hair.
It's coming along for the journey.
Yeah, it's my leaf.
Kind of spooky vibes laying here on the futon. They like prepared it for us for like dinner.
Not for dinner.
I mean, I ate it. It tasted great. I need a backup. Okay, so today we went to Koyasan, which is like a small town that's
got a bunch of Buddhist monks who live here. And so we're staying in a temple that is like almost 1,000 years old. The room we splurged a bit. It's a really nice room. So we're in a 1,000-year-old temple, and this is our room over here. I'll show you that in a moment. But we've got a nice private bath. Hi. And then got our own bathtub. It's being heated right now. We need that as desert natives. This is the room. It's got heated floors, which, I didn't know they had 1,000 years ago, but this must have been deluxe. We've got a view of the garden, a view of another garden, and it's absolutely beautiful here. We sat down here and got like the orientation. It was like, ooh, it's heated floors. So we definitely splurged on this room, but it's all paid for with credit card points. The trip to get here took like a few hours. So we had to go from Kyoto to Osaka and then take a few different transfers to like get to this Limit Express line that like went through these like rural mountain towns. And it was like super cool.
It was beautiful and just like so cool and so peaceful. The train was so quiet. I loved it.
Yeah, there were like 3 people on our cart aside from ourselves. It was great. You get to the end of the train line and there's this like cable car that you take up that just like goes up the mountain, and it's kind of like this weird diagonal cart, and it was like really cool. We start like going up and we get like halfway up and all of a sudden it's just like stuff's getting covered with snow and we're like, wait, what? Like we were not expecting that.
Glad that Jared told me to pack really warm, because I was like, no, I'll be fine, and Jared was like, no, you need to pack warmer. And this is why I just do whatever Jared says all the time.
In a trusting way.
In a trusting way.
Not in an obedient way. Not like that.
God, no.
There's like a little bus station at the top. So we get on the bus and it's just going like slowly through the mountain, just kind of like curving along. You get into town and there's like even more snow everywhere. But it is so quiet here.
I think I just heard a bell ring, like a gong go. Like you just hear bells, like gongs, and the wind.
We just kind of like hung out and just like looked outside, just like sat, talked, and just focused on gratitude, and just it was really nice. And then we went to dinner and it was like super fancy, like a 7-course meal or whatever.
Yeah, it was like 7 or 8 courses maybe.
Great service, great food, everything was delicious. Like really enjoyed it.
Really good, like miso soup and really good tofu, and I just feel like so overwhelmingly grateful. Just so incredibly grateful to be on this trip and to be here with Jared.
My nose has been running all day. It's like so stuffy right now.
Everybody, I think, because of the cold.
If I sound off, it's my nose.
Because I'm plugging it right now, I'm holding your nose shut.
Yeah, it's weird, but you know what? Don't judge.
Yeah.
It makes us happy.
This is what makes me feel so grateful.
Shibuya was not packed at all. We gotta walk diagonally across it and nobody was there. Today we had a full day in Koyasan, and we started off with a really good breakfast. Like, all the food here in Koyasan has been fantastic.
So good. It's, I think, the fanciest food I've ever eaten.
For somebody who's lived in a desert my whole life, it snowed a lot. I know, not as much as I've experienced before, but like enough that it was like, ooh.
We were really into it. We just sat here in the room and just watched the snow fall. I turned the lights down.
It was great. Oh, we actually went to a Buddhist ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
That I guess they had been doing for over 800 years.
Every single day.
We couldn't do photo video of that, but it was a unique experience. But then we went and we walked through town to get to a cemetery. And when I say a cemetery, it's hard to describe just how beautiful this place is. When you walk into it, the trees just tower over you. I guess some of them are like 160 plus feet high.
It kind of reminded me of the redwoods, the giant sequoias in California.
Is that Muir Woods?
Yeah, if you've been to the giant sequoias in California, they were similar in size to those.
But then over 200,000 grave markers, stones, and they were so unique. It was like snowing actively when we started, and it like picked up a little bit. Like a lot of the stuff was starting to get snow covered, and it added like a texture and a color that kind of like made some things pop, especially because there were a lot of statues that had like red bibs on them and things like that. I guess it's to ward away the demons based on some stuff that we were reading. It was breathtaking walking through there. We spent like 3 hours walking through the cemetery and could have spent more.
We came to Koyasan like for the cemetery. I was just so like moved by the whole experience. I think just any kind of physical representation of mourning and grief, I think, is so sacred and so beautiful. And I was just so like overcome with the like, this is so weird, but like the love there. Like, you don't make a memorial for someone unless you love them. And so it just is a forest of love. And that's probably a strange way to think of a cemetery, but that's what I felt there, was just this overwhelming like memorial and fondness for just people being people and loving each other. It was very cool.
Yeah, like there's one particular site that's like close to the temple near the end that was like a giant, like almost pyramid like mound that was like a site for people who didn't have families so they could still be buried with like other people. It was beautiful.
It was really special. And a lot of those ones were dressed up too. Like, obviously the people had taken care to take care of that site. Yeah, and it was a mix of really, really old, like dilapidated, you can't even read it anymore. Some had fallen over and toppled, and some like brand new ones, and ones that are obviously for a family but like haven't been inscribed all the way yet. Like they still have people waiting to die. Really good mixture of a bunch of different kinds of graves. A few big mausoleums, some big statues, and then some like little tiny, like little guys, you know, like just a whole mix. And I guess this civic cemetery has like some important people in Japan's history buried in it. It's the biggest cemetery in Japan. And it has like some old like feudal lords buried there, and I think there's a shogun buried there.
Yeah, and they have like markers and like audio guides, and like they'll even do in-person walking tours like at night and during the day. A monk will walk through and kind of talk about some of the people who have been buried there.
And then at the end, we couldn't take photo or video of it, but the primary temple at the end of the cemetery is where monk who founded Shingon Buddhism is entombed. I don't think they call it entombed. We would call it that in America. They say that he's in eternal meditation there. His mausoleum is there. And the temple itself is beautiful. The temple for him is just incredible. And there were actually monks in there praying and chanting when we went in. It was cool. It was very, very cool.
The cemetery kind of almost had two faces. Like when we entered, there was like a lot more snow because it was actively snowing. And then when we were walking back, it was a lot more green and moss covered, and it was cool seeing it. There's like two different sides to it.
Yeah, it was just beautiful. It's a World Cultural Heritage Site. Very much so worth coming out here, making the journey out. I would recommend it to anybody who's staying near the Osaka area to make the journey out here.
After we went to the cemetery, we went and got lunch that had very good food. It was a cool vibe too. It was like traditional tatami mats and great service. And then we went back and just kind of chilled in the room because we had like a great view, and it was so cold for like being an Arizona native. I had like 2 pairs of socks on, 2 pairs of pants, 2 jackets, an Under Armour layer, and then like a sweater on top of that. I had 2 beanies on, I had gloves on. I put a face mask on so that way it would basically act as a makeshift like ski mask, like to try and keep the warm air in my throat and nose and whatnot.
We looked crazy.
It was so cold.
We didn't think it was gonna snow. We thought it was gonna be like autumn here.
So all you like Minnesotans are laughing, but come to Arizona in the summer and we'll show you what's up.
Yeah, we'll show you how we stay inside. The woman who was serving us at dinner, she's been so nice her whole stay. One of the people who's working here at the temple, she's so sweet, and Jared made her laugh really hard. It was really cute.
I was drinking a lot of water. I told her in Japanese that I was a fish, and she starts laughing. She probably thought that I didn't know what I was saying. And so then I was like, I drink a lot of water. And she just like laughed some more. I was like, no, look. And this is all like in Japanese. So then I just like downed the water that she just poured for me.
This whole time Jared's been impressing her with her Japanese skills. But she was laughing. It was really cute.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was really funny.
But dinner was great. It was really delicious.
It was really good, yeah.
Act natural. Okay, now look to the right. Okay, now ponder life. Now do your influencer pose. Oh, wow. So strong.
Can you tell the only influencers I follow are bodybuilders? Yesterday, you said tomorrow.
So just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Okay, so yesterday, when we checked out of Koyasan, there was an interesting incident where the person in front of us, I'll try and be as respectful as I can, they were a bit entitled, if I were to be kind, with the way they were speaking to the front staff in English to them. It was basically like, when our driver gets here, you're going to call my room. The Japanese person didn't necessarily understand it and was like, oh, do you want us to call you a taxi? And he's like, when my driver gets here, you will call my room. And was like, kind of rude. So then when we went up, like I started speaking to him in Japanese, and it was like our room, the food, the staff, like everything was magnificent, like had a wonderful time. Thank you so much. And they're like, oh, we have a present for you. And so like the guy like runs around the corner and he like takes a Polaroid of us in like the main lobby area. The juxtaposition of like the entitled American speaking English to the person and then me poorly trying to speak Japanese and like expressing gratitude and whatnot, and like the way that we were treated differently. It goes a long way. Treat people well and good things happen.
You could just tell it meant a lot to him.
We then started our long journey that went back from Koyasan up through the cable car onto a train, and then we made it to Osaka, which has the Shinkansen, and so we went on the Nozomi.
That's the fastest one.
2 hours and 20 minutes or something to Tokyo, which is crazy. We started moving and we're like, all right, let's like get our bentos out, started eating them, and we were in Kyoto by the time I finished 3 sushis, and I was just like, what? It was so fast.
And then we got to move over to the Mount Fuji side.
It was actually like a good day where like there was clouds at the like base of it, and then like you could see the top of it. It was super cool. All I did was just basically watch outside the window the entire 2 hours and 20 minutes, because like you would go by like a literal castle, like a Meiji era castle, and you'd be like, well, that was cool. And it's just like zoom, just like really fast. And then there was just like a lot of really cool buildings, and then like a ton of traditional houses.
Well, I was reading manga a little bit, and Jared kept being like, oh, you missed it. Oh, you missed it.
Look at this building and it's
Oh,
gone.
it's gone.
When we got here, we started taking the local trains in Tokyo, and the last stop that we got off on for the hotel, it was like right there. You just step outside of the exit and you're like, oh, that's the hotel. And like at the base of it is like a convenience store and then like a bakery, which, spoiler alert, was delicious.
So good.
House tours with Grace.
Welcome to the Grand Nico Daiba. Here we have, I think, coffee. Oh, it's an espresso. I always want to try one of these. We'll have some of that later. You have the TV and the magazine. Here's 2 separate beds because we keep things clean on this channel.
We will not push them together.
And here's a nice little chair. You can look out at your view. You can see the ocean with a bridge and all the Tokyo traffic. And then more bay over there.
I don't know what that is. It's like driver training or something?
Yeah, that's actually where the Grand Prix is happening.
Oh.
That's Suzuka.
That's actually where Max Verstappen is going to win.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no. We're happy for you, Max.
Okay, and then our bathroom is fancy looking.
It's fancy looking.
We're just looking out the window, and then it's just like a full-on skate park on top of this building.
Do a kickflip.
Yeah, get it. Oh. No one saw that. He nailed it. We'll fix it in post.
Oh, we had breakfast for dinner.
Oh, right, yeah. So we went to this place that was Honolulu-style breakfast, and we got this, like, it was like a Honolulu Christmas tree pancake, and it was really good. It's like a pistachio whipped cream.
The way to my heart is a giant pile of whipped cream, and now we're in love.
And then we also had, was it Eggs Benedict or
Eggs
something?
Benedict with salmon, smoked salmon. It was really good.
Yeah, overall it was great. Today, we went to Small World, but before we did that, we had this delicious, like, bakery that's at the bottom of the hotel. It was just, like, a ton of, like, really fancy, very tasty pastries, and it was, like, $18.
And it was good, like
Yeah, it's
really high
delicious.
quality.
As I shake the... It was great.
Jared's had a lot of espresso today.
Yeah. The main thing that we did today was go to Small World. It's just like a bunch of miniature set pieces. So like the first one was like this like launch site for like NASA. There's like all these like little hidden things when you're looking at it. So the like in the parking lot of like NASA's building are like giant sushi. There's these interactive little buttons where you can press it and then like something will happen. You press a button and it makes a dude just pee randomly like on the side of the NASA building.
Or an alligator attacks a guy. It's like the first or second largest miniature museum in the world. It was very cool.
There's a ton of really neat things to look at there. So much of it was just like a large thing that was like, okay, that's cool. But if you like hone in on like the little locations in it, oh, that's a funny thing, or oh, that's a unique thing, or like, oh, look, there's a panda bear that's like just chilling right there, like in the pool with everybody else.
Yeah.
It was very neat.
You could just stare at it for hours because every little thing has like another little thing, and then you can see inside that building, and inside that building there's a person, and they're doing it like it was so cool.
We were there for like 3-ish hours or something like that.
There. Yeah.
Yeah, just taking our time, and it was like not crowded at all, especially for a Sunday. Like when we looked at the Google Maps, it was like, oh yeah, it's like way less busy than normal. It's like a third of the normal volume. So we're like, sweet, let's do it.
It was great.
They also had these like picture box kind of things, or like what looked like frames on the wall. But then when you like walk up to it, it was like it had a lot of depth to it and like a lot of perspective. And they were selling artwork and stuff. So if you're like really into it, you could buy some really cool, fancy like knight in shining armor and miniature and.
Yeah, cool dioramas. There were some that looked like old, like traditional Japanese architecture in the snow. Some that were like little cute French bakeries and stuff.
Yeah. Or like a ramen shop.
Ramen shop. There was one that was like an American like food truck, so like burgers and hot dogs. There's a donut shop one. The little foods were adorable.
They also had like a little spam people and like the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, but it had like a P on it. It was funny. And then like in the fantasy realm, there would be like robots in there as well, just like randomly scattered throughout. It was kind of like a Where's Waldo of like just trying to find like the goofiness. There's a lot of sense of humor in the way that they built it. It wasn't taking itself too seriously.
It was a really neat experience. I don't see it on many of the like what's to do in Tokyo things, but it was worth the trip for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And then it even had Kansai Airport. In the airport, like the planes would like taxi and then they would take off and they would land over the intercom, like say that the plane is like leaving now, and like just like little stuff like that.
I hate flying. I hate airports. I hate flying. I despise it. All the sounds like the bing bing, was like making me start to like, oh no, it's an airport.
They also had Evangelion. I forgot how to pronounce it. I haven't seen the show in like 25 years, something like that. And that was neat. We got ourselves scanned, so we're gonna have like a little ornament, little figures of ourselves. Walked over to this like Italian pizzeria that had like pasta and really good pizza, and then there was like a dessert pizza as well. All of it was really good.
The walk back was really pretty too, because it was nighttime, so you could see the city lit up across the bay. You're drunk.
We did not move our beds together.
No, we definitely didn't move our beds together.
See, there's a slight separation. See?
This is the G-rated separation, they call it.
Okay, so we just like finished the recap. Grace was just like looking out the window and was like, oh yeah, this is like such a good view. And then at first I thought that we were looking at like the Ferris wheel, but that's the moon.
That's so cool.
It's like red.
Man, the moon in Tokyo is so much cooler.
Yeah.
This is the peak of fanciness.
Went to this like fluffy pancake place. We got like chocolate one, and then we got this like Hokkaido cream cheese, and it was really good.
It was really good.
And then we spent like all day in Akihabara, which is like the anime video game district. It totally lives up to the name.
So cool.
Yeah, there was like so many stores to go into that were like several stories tall. Each level was like, here's 5 levels of just anime figures or video game figures. Like there was a whole level in one of those stores for just Square Enix. Or it would be the same thing for like manga. And it's like every floor is like a different type of manga. You go to the next one and it's got more manga. And like a lot of it I can't show it on YouTube without getting heavily demonetized.
There was a lot of adult things.
Yeah. I normally don't enjoy shopping because it's just like, it's boring. But when it's like all video game and anime and manga stuff, I'm like, all right, I'm down. Like,
it was super cool.
We spent several hours there and had a lot of good times with it.
Yeah, just wandering. Kind of like, what's in this store? What's in that store?
We got the full Akihabara experience. We did the claw machines. I like sort of made a Goku figure like move a little bit, but then Grace won a taco, so an octopus.
Oh, you did it!
Nice.
He's cute. He lives on my purse now.
We went to a maid cafe, which was a really interesting experience. We couldn't take like video inside of there. We could take like pictures of like the food we got. You got like, it was like a princess sundae or something. And then it was like a chocolate parfait or something. They gave us like little like membership cards. It was like Princess Grace and like Master Jared or something, which I didn't ask for that name, by the way. They just gave it to me. Grace also got a Polaroid with one of the maids.
I did. She was very nice.
It was an experience.
It was really interesting seeing the kinds of people in the maid cafe. I kind of didn't know what to expect. There were a lot of women there by themselves.
Yeah, like a huge age range too, of women.
Yeah.
And then we like continued shopping after that. And we went to, it was called like Super Potato. And it had like a bunch of retro games. And like some of them were like $1,600 or like $3,000 for like some old like cartridges for some really old games. Actual arcade that you could play in. And then like a bunch of old games and albums for game music. Which, speaking of, like all of the stores had like video game music playing. So it was like, oh, this is from Persona 5. Or like, oh, this is from Final Fantasy. Like,
or manga themes.
Yeah.
Like the Attack on Titan theme song.
Was
Or
there-
anime themes, not manga themes. Anime.
Manga. And then we were just kind of like exploring around looking at some like t-shirt shops and whatnot, and Grace found this like in this really cool store, got this like cool bomber jacket. So then we came back to the hotel. It was a cool day. It was fun.
Now let's eat our Lawson egg salad sandos and onigiri. Classic Tokyo konbini dinner. Yasumi!
Oyasumi. It's like after 11:30 on December 8th in Tokyo. I woke up and I heard some squeaking. I was like, what is that? What are the neighbors doing? So I went to the bathroom and noticed that I like was unstable, like could feel shaking and whatnot, and was like, oh my, there's an earthquake going on and we're on the 23rd floor. And I just checked the news and confirmed that there was an earthquake at like 11:15 or something in northeast Japan. I guess they do like a scale from 0 to 7. In the northeast part, it was like a 6 plus. And then here in Tokyo, in parts, it was a 3. So as somebody who lives in Arizona where there's like not earthquakes and whatnot, I think I just experienced my first earthquake. That was a weird thing to wake up to. I'm getting the full Japan experience right now, apparently. So hopefully everybody is safe in Northeast. I guess it happened like off the coast or something. But there's like tsunami warnings, so hopefully there's enough time for people to get to safety and whatnot. But it's crazy.
Hello.
So we're keeping that. So last night, Grace slept through an earthquake.
I did. I slept through an earthquake. My whole family texted me today, are you guys okay? How are you doing? I heard about the earthquake, and I was like, I was asleep.
Yeah, I mean, technically the earthquake was very far away. We just kind of experienced the minor reverberations from it, but everything's good here. Last night was, for me, like, what do I do if it's an actual earthquake? Like, I'm like looking in the peephole, like, are people running in the hallway? Are they going to the stairwell? Like, I don't know what to do.
We're from a place that has no natural disasters.
Right.
And so we're very unfamiliar with this whole situation.
Yeah, but we're good, and they rescinded the tsunami warning, so that's great. So hopefully everybody up north is safe. We then got like breakfast on the go. I tried some cornbread, literally corn on bread with mayo. I was like, that looks goofy.
Exactly as advertised. And then we went to Shibuya. Well, we started by admiring the platform where Gojo was sealed.
It's true. I think we got a video of that.
So this dog used to go with his owner every day to like drop him off at the train station for work, and then he'd pick him up, and the owner like died while he was gone, and the dog just like waited for him at the train station, and then he walked back home, and then every day he would go back to the train station to see if his owner would come.
Yeah, it's super touching.
The goodest boy. So they made a statue for him at the station.
Shibuya Crossing was interesting. Multiple people that we saw live streaming, and one guy had like, 5 or 6 live streams going on simultaneously.
On a big stick.
Yeah, just a giant stick, and he just like walked back and forth across Shibuya, and it looked like that was his gig. So if you're looking for some income, I guess buy several phones, a large stick, and then get yourself to Shibuya.
Get yourself to Shibuya.
I mean, it worked.
For lunch, we went to this Indian restaurant. The naan was amazing.
Really good. I was about to say some of the best naan I've ever had. We were like, oh, let's just go back to the hotel. Like, we're feeling tired, and we'll swing by the Gundam on the way back. And that turned into a detour.
So on the way, there was this like light tour.
Christmas lights.
And they were... They're going to revisit me in my dreams.
Yeah.
Some people might call them nightmares. They were interesting, to say the least.
Not what I expected for this, like, family-friendly, like, go walk and see the lights and collect stamps with your kids. It was like, this is different.
A demon slayer is going to appear to slay them. But then we got to the Gundam, and the Gundam is huge. It's like 4, maybe 5 stories tall. There's like a whole shop for Gundam stuff. And if you're really into Gundam, you should definitely go there. There's a ton of models that you can get for the price. Like they are like really cheap. I mean, granted, you got to build them and whatnot. So it's like IKEA style, some assembly required. And then we went to dinner. You sit down and you can watch the people cook for you. And like food was great.
Yeah, it was great. It's really good grilled fish. It was really moist. It was delicious. Now we're back at the hotel. We read manga, and that's it. Read manga, I guess. And it's the only thing you can do in Tokyo at night.
Yeah, everyone knows about Tokyo Drift to Sleep.
Tokyo Drift to Sleep.
Oyasumi.
Oyasumi.
So we went to a coffee shop. It had good food, good drinks, good music, good staff.
It was really good.
Then we went to a Pokemon store. Noticeably, some of the Pokemon were like missing, like Jigglypuff. Like I would think they'd have like plushies of that, but no.
I was surprised that some of the popular ones weren't there.
Right next door to it was a Dragon Ball store, which super nostalgic. You couldn't take video of it, but you could do photos of it. But they had like a bunch of Goku statues and figures. Actually, the figure that I got of the very first manga of Goku riding the dragon Shenron, they actually had a huge statue of it at the entrance of the store, so it was super cool. For lunch, we went to Ueno Koen wa doko desu ka? Osaka desu. Ueno Park is a really cool park. It has like a zoo. It's got a bunch of museums around it and in it. And then there was this like Christmas village pop-up thing. I don't know what it was. And the weirdest oboe performance I've ever seen.
I thought that this guy unboxed an oboe. So I was like, does he have an oboe? It was not an oboe.
It was kind of like a magic talent show thing. He had like yo-yos and then like a yo-yo that wasn't a yo-yo.
It's like a giant yo-yo.
Yeah, but it like wasn't fully attached to the string. Like he could just throw it in the air and detach it. He like played with like a crystal ball. He had this like balancing board thing, and it just kept making it go higher and higher.
And then he had a stick.
Isn't that exciting? A stick. Ooh, tell us more.
He had a stick. It was the stick. Show the video.
Video not found.
404 error.
This is a drumstick. Also known as an oboe. I was not expecting that kind of like lunch entertainment while eating in Ueno Park. And then we went to Akihabara again. And so this time we spent a few hours in the arcades. We played a variety of games. Grace is officially the better drummer of the two of us. She won the Taiko drummer or whatever it was called. I got destroyed. It's interesting playing the rhythm games because one, their like jump from beginner to normal is absurd.
Stupid.
On
whole note,
literally
whole note, and then we're like, we can bump up the level, and it's like
yeah, it was just up one level and I was like, I can't even, what is going on?
It was so bad.
But then on top of that, there's this weird thing where like when you're playing the game, it's like super quiet, like literally couldn't hear it. And I could hear everything around me way louder than the music was going. So I was like, I don't know what the tempo is for this. We're trying to figure it out.
We did a Mario one that kept switching tempos in the middle of it.
Yeah, that was a wild.
So it was just like, figure it out. I don't know.
But there was one that looked like they were playing a washing machine.
Yeah, I wanted to try it, but there was like a line, and I was too socially anxious to do that. It was fun to just watch them play it.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then we played Mario Kart, and you won that, right?
Yeah, because
You sure you did?
I didn't tell you that I found the drift
Oh, yeah. I didn't know how to drift at all.
I found the drift button and I didn't tell you.
I was just like playing it one-handed. I was able to like shoot the thingy with my thumb,
You know,
but
I'm like, beep.
I couldn't drift. So one of my favorite games when I used to go to the arcade a lot was Time Crisis, which was like a shooter game where you could like with your foot press a pedal, and then that would make it so that you duck behind cover and reload your gun. It was a lot of fun to play through that.
And then we spent all of our money on our cards on me trying to get a figure out of a claw machine.
And we were like, oh, well, let's go charge it up and like keep trying it. And then it was like we got back and it was like reset.
Like reset it, yeah.
But we had like a few coins left, so we played this like pirate shooter game. It was not what I was expecting, but you could like actually like move the ship at some points with like this like pirate steering wheel and then shoot pirates. I don't know. It was fun.
And we didn't realize at first there was a steering wheel, so we were just crashing into stuff.
It's like, wait, what? What did we miss?
There's a steering wheel in the middle. It was really fun.
Yeah, it was goofy. It was good.
And then we went and got omu rice.
Yeah, so omelet rice. It was really, really tasty.
Very comforting. Oh, we got some station, like, sweets again.
Yeah, it's like daddy's balls or something. What? That's what it's called. We'll roll the footage.
I mean, kind of.
I think it was like Bearded Papa or something.
It was like Beard Papa. But we were going down the elevator, like on our way out to Akihabara, and we saw it was like fresh cream balls, and we were like,
Yeah,
so we
you do the
got them
math.
on the way back.
Yeah, they were good.
Thanks, Beard Daddy.
Or whatever your name is. Today we went to DisneySea, which is their park that is nautical themed.
It was very cool.
Yeah, super cool. Before we went to DisneySea, Grace was looking up reviews.
I was laughing so hard. I would say 80% of the 1-star reviews cited one of the reasons for rating it 1 star is that the park was in Japanese.
We're in Japan.
We're in Japan. This is Tokyo Disney.
How dare they?
And they were complaining.
The first ride that we went on was like one of the more popular ones. It was like Journey to the Center of the Earth. Got on the ride. It's hard to explain because the ride was like slow and just kind of like this cool tour. Yeah. And then all of a sudden there's like a demon lord that spawns and like attacks you, and then it turns into Splash Mountain where you just like zoom down this track and then the ride just like ends and you're like, oh, I think we made it out.
Maybe there was a warning, but we don't speak Japanese.
Yeah, it was like, oh, this is cool, this is cute, and all of a sudden, blah!
The one that was the worst for not understanding Japanese was Tower of Terror.
That was funny though, because it like made it more terrifying because you're like, I don't know what the anticipation is.
I don't know when to be scared, so I'm just scared the whole time.
Yeah, it's all just visual cues. We went to the Toy Story ride, and that was like a shoot 'em up kind of thing. And it was like 3D, so like through your glasses you could see the stuff that you're shooting. I don't know if you can actually see it on the screen from the phone. It was a lot of fun and like kept score, kind of like the Mario Kart one, keeping score and whatnot.
It was really fun. It was good.
So after that we went and did a Peter Pan ride.
It was fun. It made me a little motion sick. I'm pretty prone to motion sickness.
Put me on a roller coaster, I'm great, but pretend I'm on a roller coaster and my brain's like, wait.
You must be poisoned. Vomit. And then we went to Elsa.
So the Frozen ride was interesting. Like the line had just like a bunch of cute little rooms that were kind of like decorated with stuff from the movies and whatnot.
Really cute decorations.
Yeah.
Really, really well done.
Olaf the snowman just like walked on top of a ceiling at one point. We were in that room for like 20 minutes and we only saw it once. It was cool. But then when you get in the actual ride, it was super cool. One, the animatronics were fantastic, like very lifelike motions. But two, they combine with like really good animatronics with like really good visual effects like screens and projections and whatnot. It was just like visually stunning. It was a longer ride. It was like over 6 minutes, I believe.
It was really, really well done. Like I had heard that Disney Japan animatronics were superior to the American ones, and this really showcased that. They were incredible. Like really, really good.
It was like a 3-hour wait or something. It was the longest wait out of like all of the rides at the park, but it was good. Really cool ride.
And then we went to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
It kind of reminded me of like the Nemo ride and the like before that the submarine ride at Disneyland in California. Except you don't go underwater; it just pretends like it. So it has like a screen that'll project things, and it has things that actually do move, like animatronics, and it's fun. It's cute.
And then it was cold, and we wanted to go indoors somewhere.
It looks like just like a small entrance, but then when you get inside of it, it's massive. Like it's a whole nother area, mainly made for like younger kids.
Yeah.
It was just a really neat vibe, like a
Yeah.
cool aesthetic.
And we got some snacks. Good Disney snacks. Very
Yeah.
classic Disney snacks. And then we went on the Rapunzel ride, the Tangled ride.
That ride was like beautiful. I'd highly recommend going at nighttime because they turn like the lanterns on around the area. But if you don't get that first part at night, then like once you get inside of it, it's like inside of a building. So like they control the lighting and it's very beautiful.
Yeah, when we turned the corner, everyone in the boat went, oh. Like it was really, really beautiful.
Yeah. Having like no experience with like the DisneySea beforehand and having had a lot of experience with like Disneyland and having been at Disney World, this was a really cool park. Highly recommend it. You can take boats from one section of the park to the other. It's so different than walking around Disneyland. Like it feels similar yet so foreign at the same time. Not just because we're in Japan, but like the vibe of like each place is just so unique.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
We went and got sushi for dinner.
It was the best sushi I've ever had.
Yeah.
It was like in a mall. So my expectations were like still high because we're in Tokyo Bay. I've never had tuna like that before.
Sushi, gohan.
Sushi, gohan.
Sushi to gohan. We're just like doing our daily Duolingo for a little bit. So like Grace is in like a review and it'll just be like super easy. It's just like asking you what sushi and like rice is. So it's like sushi. Gohan, sushi to gohan. And then like every now and then it'll just have like on the northeast corner, there's a swallow carrying a coconut that weighs 5 kilograms. And it's just like this like super difficult. And then it just goes back to Mizu, Gohan.
Mizu, Osha.
Sushi. It's so goofy. We kept like saying it when we were in the park. So people are probably like, why are they saying like rice and water? So thanks Duolingo.
Thanks, Duolingo.
You're helping us.
That's my normal pace. Look how foggy it is outside. It's definitely not from the shower.
Okay, so we've technically been back for almost 4 months now.
Whoopsies.
Been editing the vlog for a long time. The morning, like, traveling back was actually like a really windy morning.
And I was sitting facing towards the dining room and Jared was facing the window. And Jared kept being like, it's crazy out there. I'd turn around and the wind would stop.
All the wind would just go away. I had to like take video footage. Look, I promise. I'm not trolling you. The breakfast was like very good. It was delicious. Half of it was like Western style and the other half was like Japanese traditional breakfast style.
It was really good. And they had a little cappuccino machine. I drank like 3 cappuccinos.
So the whole flight, she's just jittery. Me holding the camera.
I had a great time.
Haneda Airport is really cool. I was not expecting there to be a Godzilla in there. So that was like really cool. And then behind that, there was this like really large, almost looked like Kyoto, like in the traditional like areas of like Gion. And it's just like a shopping area. The flights were uneventful.
Oh no, it was eventful on the way back. Our flight got delayed and then,
Oh, right.
yeah, we went to that little lounge.
Lounge.
And we had some calapas. It was delayed. We were in the airport forever.
Our flight coming in was delayed, and so when everybody got on, it was like an hour after it was like supposed to leave. Mm-hmm. So our connecting flight, we had to get another one. But the people at the counter were like very helpful and whatnot.
It was no problem at all. And then we got home and we cried and cried.
We got home to the Grand Canyon. We wept. What are some of the things that you missed now that we've been away from Japan for like almost 4 months now?
Oh, so much. I miss the food a lot. Sometimes I'll just crave not even like a specific food, but just like Japanese food in general. I miss just the way that everyone is so polite and kind and like it's quiet and clean everywhere. Everywhere I went, I felt safe. Respectfulness that everyone has for each other. That I really miss a lot. Very different in America.
Yeah, I miss how eclectic the scenery was. So just like walking around, you like turn a corner like around a modern building and then suddenly there's like a Buddhist shrine that's like several hundred years old. And then you keep walking and there's like an old like Meiji era like house.
And public transportation.
Yeah.
So nice. I drive probably an hour and a half a day for work, and I would much rather do that on a train or on a subway, because then I could do something else and not have to drive.
I definitely miss the food. The food was so good there. Like coming back here, like going to restaurants in the States, it was just like a noticeable difference in terms of the quality and whatnot.
And price.
Yeah.
Price is so different.
Yeah, things are legitimately like 4 times more expensive here for like a cup of coffee or just like other random stuff. It's a huge difference between the price of things here versus there. Especially airport food. Airport food was like 10 times more expensive and like 10 times less quality in the States versus like over there.
Yeah. We have been trying to eat more Japanese food. We've been going to the Asian market here, trying to try some new recipes to try to bring some of that home with us.
Tonight I'm making okonomiyaki, and we've had that a few times now.
It was a good trip. We miss it a lot. We're already planning for the next one.
Yeah, definitely want to go back. Don't know when. Save up for it for sure, but I'll make a vlog of it because I had fun editing this one. This is our second vlog, so I like it.
Yeah, you're good at it.
Try to be. Anything else you want to talk about?
I love you.
So before I end this video, I just want to share some of the funnier translations that we saw when we were over there in Japan. Like this one that totally seems normal. It starts off by saying, request to customers, eat raw food within 20 minutes of serving. Everything's fine so far, until you read the next part. Also, please do not eat the following people: children, elderly people, those who are pregnant, those who are not feeling well. Thank you for cooperation. When we were exploring Japan, we found a lot of these like goofy little translation errors. I just wanted to share some of them because it made me chuckle. This is not to poke fun at the people who were doing these translations, as I guarantee you their English is much better than my Japanese. One of the ones that I kept saying throughout Japan was signs for a movie called Windbreaker. And I don't know if it's about farting, but I kind of want to see it now. Hair design, mustache. American stylish cafe bar, personal stretch lab. I don't know if I want to know what happens in that lab. Friet's gallery. Only think suit. English and vegetarian menus available. I have no idea what they sell at the fashion leg shop, but the sign just made me laugh. Think suit. Only women. And naked meets Nijō castle, which basically means Nijō castle. Piant life. Fresh. Sunshine. Dear gentlemen, here is not a place for pee. Items that cannot be stored in rental lockers. Number 5, corpses. In this neighborhood, Redditors were the only ones who were allowed to litter. I appreciated that the sign told me to not put the paper towels in the dust bucket. If you satisfaction for our service and delicious food, please write any comment for our motivation. Step 4 for the vitalizing cream. Rich moisture fills the crevices of the horny layer, leads to refined, supple skin. When looking at food sections in here, we found the judo choking strangling technique section, which had egg rice, cooked rice, and clam soup. And for dessert, for the chocolate noir pancakes, you could add some extra flesh cream for only 300 yen. Quite the bargain. Like I said, this is the second vlog we've ever done. And if you want to see the first vlog we ever did to Hawaii, check out this video. Thank you for watching.